Hello everybody, Mannix here, just going to knock through my whole folding knife collection right here for you right now. Let's just open up with all the cold steels. Medium old model Voyager. Large old model Voyager, also with the Tanto blade. And of course, the XL old model Voyager, also plain edge Tanto blade. Really love these things. Nice lightweight, simple knockback folders, really cool. Step up to the new model XL Voyager. Got the triad lock there instead. Beefier, chunkier, stonewashed blade. Certainly a stronger knife. Old steel Spartan. Love these things. Really cool, really stylistic, really beefy. Really sweet. Similar tank of a blade, the Cold Steel 4MAX Scout. A little bit more simple, more conventional, but also very large and heavy. Range Boss. Skinny, slim, lightweight, and strong because of that triad lock. Very affordable too. Great knife. Black Talon. Doesn't need much of an explanation there. It's pretty self-explanatory. Sweet knife. Pocket Bushman. Extremely strong locking mechanism. The ram safe lock. Not the most conventional, not the easiest to deploy or close for that matter. An outdoorsman's pocket folding knife. Recon 1 S35VN blade steel. One of my favorites ever. N-Gage 3 inches. Tanto 4116 SS. It's got that little Atlas lock on there, very strong and very fast. Very impressive. Impressive little fast, strong EDC folder, lightweight. Old model Recon 1 with the Ultra Lock Tanto blade. One of my absolute favorites. Big, chunky, beefy, fast because of that locking mechanism. Cousin, the old model AK-47, also with the Ultra Lock right there. Side actuating, it's kind of like the Benchmade Axis lock. Largest old model Voyager we have right here, one of my favorites, the X2. Clip point, plain edge, very simple, lightweight lockback, 6-inch blade. Impressive weight for that size. Let's move on to the rest of our extra large cold steels right here. We have the Luzon, however you say that. Sweet knife, really affordable, 6-inch blade, liner lock, ball bearing track on there. Leaf spring mechanism to make it even stronger because it is a liner lock, so. Tie light, 6 inches or tie light XL. Extra large stiletto style folder, really cool. Counterpoint XL. Another 6-incher right here, triad lock. It's like an extra large size boot knife, really thick, chunky, heavy, beefy blade. Really cool. Hold out, 6 inches, or hold out 1, as they used to call these things. It's kind of styled like a Scottish dirk dagger, folding, extra large blade, triad lock, lightweight, G10. Talwar. Also S35VN blade steel. Same exact construction pretty much as that holdout right there. Simple G10 slabs. Espada. I like the design on this one. Really beautiful, awesome XL folder. The premium Espada with the S35VN blade steel, once again, but it's nice and polished and sweet, sexy. Probably the most beautiful giant knife I have on me right now. Raja 2. Massive, probably bigger than all of the others so far. Folding kukri. Really easy to deploy this off of the pocket just because that pocket clip's so low. Yeah, it's not going to be very covert, but hey, you can deploy it hella easy. That's the point. And all of them are relatively affordable too, less than the $120 range or so. And the biggest one I have, the Espada Extra Large. 7.5-inch blade on that guy. You can hold it with 2 hands. Sweet. It's a pocket sword right there. Paradox 5.5 inches. It's a balisong style folder. It doesn't flip like a balisong. Has slip joint mechanisms in there that make it legal for carry. It's ridiculous, but too slow to actually carry, but it sure is a fun one to have and collect. I haven't made these in a long time. Really beautiful knife. Recon 1 Micro. Very tiny little triad lock folder. That's just funny. It's kind of like contradictory, ironic knife. You have one of the strongest locking mechanisms in the world on such a tiny little knife. You'll probably never need that strength, but I still like it for that. Last gold steel. Most impressive one I have, the Kudu. Sound like the Okapi knife. It's like a modernized version of it. Dirt cheap. Less than $10 for these things. Long blade. Slow, not easy to carry, but it's lightweight and you get a long amount of edge, so I guess it's good for that. Here's an M-Tech. Lighter knife. I forget the name of this model offhand. It's a bunch of letters and numbers. MTA1127. That's it. It's on the blade. You can stick any Bic lighter in there. Little assisted blade. It's a pocket clip. It actually carries okay. You want a blade and lighter in one. There you go. That's the one to have. Opinel No.09. Traditional collar lock folder. Extremely lightweight if you want If you like your lightweight knives, you don't really care about the locking mechanism, you don't need much strength, you just need something light to keep with you. Probably a good one to have. Extremely affordable as well. Here's an Opinel folder I got a long time ago from a friend. It's like a reverse liner lock. Very interesting. I've never seen one of these until I got it in the mail that one day. Of the traditional lightweight folder. Kershaw OD2. It's got the little OD mechanism on there. Sweet little EDC blade. It's pretty great. Its larger brother is the frame lock version, the OD1. Also has the overdrive mechanism, but it's also a frame lock. Really cool knife. Discontinued. Both of those are discontinued. Schrade SCH A3CB. Cool little, kind of looks like a little sci-fi jet or something like that. Spaceship thing. Cheap, cheesy, but there's no other knife out there that looks like it. I feel like a 12-year-old boy again when I have this thing, so fun. Schrade SCH 301. Giant hunk of steel. It's nearly 10 ounces. Frame lock. Again, affordable. At the time when I got this, it was like 25 bucks or so. So CJRB, newer company for me. This is the Pyrite. It's a button lock. Got ball bearings on there. Very slim. All steel. Very simple, affordable, polished, cool gentleman's folder right there. CJRB, the Tigress. Really like this coloration. It's got kind of the Stormtrooper thing going on with some red. Maybe an NES, the original Nintendo from 1985. Santoku style blade. Stonewash finish. Cool knife. Really, really stylistic. And again, affordable. Speaking of affordable, the notorious Ozark Trail 6707. The Axis lock. The notorious Axis lock for $6. No introduction needed there. Very functional knife for the money. Lightning OTF. Another affordable, cheap, double action OTF knife. Boker S2. One of my all-time favorites. I just keep going back to it. Love the Santoku style blade again. Like that pocket clip. Ergonomics are superb. It's actually extremely comfortable. Melt in your hand. Good jimping. Relatively lightweight for the size. Another Boker. The Kalashnikov XXL. Giant blade in there. I think it's 4.75 inches. Button lock. Auto. Yeah, one of the biggest autos out there. Speaking of big knives, our SOG Spec Elite 2. Another favorite of mine. It's got the arc lock on there. Giant ass folder. You can do the side actuating deployment and closing thing with it all you want. Really sweet knife. Move on to Spyderco. We got the Spyderco Manix 2 FRCP. Extremely lightweight folder. Very broad. Love the cage ball bearing lock. Love the wire clip. One of my favorite knives of all time. Then its distant cousin, the Manix 2 G10. More people are familiar with this one. More solid, stronger, a little bit more reliable, better blade steel on there. A little bit more expensive, but you get what you pay for, I suppose. Really sweet knife, one of my favorites. And then its bigger brother, the Manix 2 XL. Same exact thing, but a little bit bigger, a little bit more to hold on to. You got more guards around your fingers. Speaking of big Spydercos, we got the Resilience lightweight 4.2 inch blade, I think, on there. It's only a liner lock, so it's kind of on the weaker side for a knife this large, but it is what it is. It's still got a lot of edge to work with. Love the volcano grips on these things. Really cool knife. Spyderco Endura classic lockback EDC slash somewhat good defense blade, I suppose. Expensive though. Only problem with Spydercos is that they're just really, really like stupidly expensive in 2023, but they're good knives. That's it for our Spydercos. Move on to CRKT, the Outrage. Very simple, beautiful, polished little metal folder right here. Love the organic, sexy curves this guy's got. Really good knife. The CRKT Golf. Big ol' liner lock. Yeah, I know it's a liner lock, but it's giant. Big, broad blade, smooth. Really cool knife. I like the big guys, of course. CRKT APOC, another really cool stylistic knife. It's in the kind of like a Mad Max situation or something, made from old deteriorated tank parts or something. Really stylistic blade, really, really cool. Really long and useful too. Comfortable. Cool knife. Eraser. Discontinued. CRKT, one of my favorites. Really beautiful, bold, almost golden kind of looking blade. It's got the locks on there. Really, really cool knife. Such a shame they stopped making these things. The Ritual, I forgot what that one was called. The CRKT Ritual, another really weird, out there, kind of goofy looking blade, but also actually really cool Persian style folder. Beautiful, beautiful knife. The Foresight, probably one of my favorite knives of all time. I keep going back to this one. Really beautiful. One of the first ball bearing folding knives that I knew of. rounded spine, extremely comfortable. Even for being an all-metal knife, I still think it would work in the tactical use just because the grip is just so solid. Speaking of another favorite, the Operario No.10. Very long blade on there, manual locks, frame lock, beautiful, carries like a dream, great pocket clip, great lockup. Just beautiful, just amazing, cool, stylistic folder. Here's a new company for me. Effengro, whatever you say that. EF933, I believe this one was called. But very cheap knife, but it's got a really smooth action, great lockup, good ergos, broad blade right there. Kind of a crappy pocket clip, but not the end of the world. Really solid knife and weird looking. I like it. For the money, can't really complain. Gerber flat iron. This is actually one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites. Yeah, most of these knives are one of my favorites. Apparently, frame lock. I love the design of the pocket clip and the lock bar stabilizer. I love the stonewash finish on there. I love the coloration on what I believe is an aluminum handle slab right here. Flicks out good, has a great lockup. A lot of options you can hold it in. It's nice and slim. It carries great. I actually really like this knife. Again, affordable, less than 40 bucks or so. Hell yeah. And finally, it looks like the last one I got to show you right here. New one. Kind of a weirdo, but a good one. Elite Tactical Shatter. This little skull buster / glass breaker, whatever you want to call that on the bottom. What they call the dynamic locking mechanism on here. It's kind of like an axis lock, but not really. You can't deploy it with the lock, but you can close it with a lock. So actually really fun and great knife. I love the ergonomics to it. It's really solid. It's got a D2 blade steel. I like the blade shape. I like the way it looks. Carries good. Yeah, really solid knife for the money. Just kidding. I got one more to show you. The Benchmade LFK. Very valuable knife these days. I haven't made these in a long time. There's no other knife like this one that I know of. It has that separate mechanism that the blade recesses into when you put it in the closed position. So it goes flush underneath the handle in the open position. Really unique folder. Really cool. So that's it. That is the current collection. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to support me on Patreon, link in the description. Feel free to subscribe and make weekly knife and gun videos. Thank you so much for watching. Mannix out.